Hey everyone! So by this point we should have this collection of posts given back to us from our Ajax request. Now it's time to actually output that to the newsfeed. So go back to our home.js, and what we're going to do is write a function down here called output posts. Alright, output posts, and this is going to take two parameters. It's going to take a results parameter, and it's also going to take a container parameter. So what we'll do in here, instead of logging the results, we're just going to call output posts, and we'll pass in results, which is given to us from here. And we'll also pass in the container, and the container is just going to be $ parentheses, and then put dot posts container. I think that's what we called it. If I go back to home.pug, you'll see this element right here, post container. So make sure it matches with that. So that's the container we're passing in. So the reason we're passing in a container is because we're going to reuse this function later on in the course for a different element. So it makes sense for us to be able to pass in the container. You'll see why later on, but for now, just bear with me. So what's this function going to do? Well, the first thing it's going to do is empty the current container. So take this container and just clear the contents. So container.html is going to be an empty string. So we're essentially just clearing it. Now, this is more suited to the case we have later on in the course that I mentioned, but, just stick it in there now. And then what we're going to do is loop over every single one of the results and output it. So this results contains the list of posts. You see this one right here, and you can see we've got a bunch of data right here. So yeah, we can just loop through over those and actually output it. So results dot for each, and inside there it's going to take the function we want to do. So we can just say result, and then we got our callback right here. So of course, as I've mentioned before, one parameter, so no need for the parentheses either side. We're going to say var html equals, and we'll call that function we wrote in common.js, where is it, this one here, create post HTML. So equals create post HTML, and this takes one parameter. It just takes the result itself, result, which is this one here. So basically what this for each is doing, I should have mentioned this earlier, is looping over this list, and every single iteration, so every item it's on, one by one, will be referred to as result. So result, the first time round, will be the first item in the list, and then the next time round, it will be the second item in the list. Next time round, result will be this one, and then the result will be this one the next time round. So each time it iterates, result is the next item in the list. So we have the HTML now. What do we want to do with it? Well, we just want to call container dot append HTML. Oh man, I can't spell today. HTML right there. Okay, and that should be it now. We should see everything we need. The last thing we're going to do though is just to cover the case where there are no posts. We'll just say if results.length equals 0, so there's double equals there. So if there are no results here, we'll just output some message. We'll just say container.append, and we'll just output a real simple message. We'll make it a span, and I'll close the span off as well. And in there, we'll just write a message which says no results found, like that. In fact, no, I won't do that. I'll just say nothing to show. Nothing to show, okay? And I'll also give this a class. I'm not going to style it, but by giving it a class here, you guys are free to style this if you want to. I'm just going to use the built-in style, but I've just given this a class, no results. So if you want to change the color, for example, or give it some padding, you can just style this element right here. Okay, what have we just done? So we cleared the container to make sure there's nothing in there already, or anything that was in there, we're just scrapping it. We're looping over the results one by one, getting the HTML, and then appending it to the container, which is this post container one. And then we have this case at the bottom which handles if there are no posts. Now we don't have to worry about both of these executing at the same time because they won't. If there are no results here, this wouldn't execute. Well, it will execute, it will loop over every single one of the results, but because there are none, it will not ever get into here. It will essentially start looping over them and then immediately just stop because there are no results. Okay, so it will never get to this part. So if it does this part, it definitely won't do this. If it does this part, it definitely won't do this. So don't worry about both cases being called. Alright, let's give that a try. I'm going to refresh the page and see what we get. Oh man, it's so beautiful. We have posts. How good is that? I mean, we have some problems with the pictures, and I don't know what this error is about, but we'll fix that in the next video. For now, this is good. We've got posts, and it's something we can work with. Oh, I know why. We didn't populate the data. So currently, the user data is, well, there is no user data. So we need to populate the data before it's returned to us. I got it. But yeah, like I said, we'll see that in the next video.